at percentage levels. So that's important. And technically, it's also important killing, like the timing of the ad killing, right? You don't want to kill it so that the blood barrier happens right after they spawn. That would be really bad.
Yep.
But at the same time, the blood barrier CD is influenced by how long the blood barrier is up as well. So, it almost does it almost make sense to use CDs at 80%? I don't know. I guess it's very inefficient.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
yeah, definitely. I think also, yeah, what I said there. I mean, maybe Reves should say it or something, but like I tracked the CDs. I was looking at them. Like I think we should have definitely like focused down air before lasting. So Reves would have had these CDs pretty much instantly when they would have died and the thing applied. I don't think we save it. Yeah, just have a good last timing for DPS cooldowns.
I don't know, man. It almost feels like just fuck the ads and just do the snapshotting of the big crits when the shield comes on the first boss. It's not that hard, it seems, yeah.
yeah.
I just always keep an SKB combustion for it.
I mean,
I don't know. You keep your chaos ball or something. Revis keep some bombs and just tack it down.
I think it's not about like the shield. Like we can do that to do the shields, and we don't need to care about the boss hitting the ads with the blood barrier thing. But like the ads will just kill us, right? If they're up to us.
I missed some subs earlier. Yuxer, thank you very much for the sub. Demonol,
yeah, but we would gain a lot of boss damage if we don't try to. Like I was trying to kill them all, and it was.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I did manage to
I think I need to change my title.
Like I think definitely earlier in the fight we shouldn't like hard focus them. Like when it's like single up.
I still don't understand why shield was 740k. Because we managed to kill all ads except one, right? Or did the last one not die before?
I'm gonna run to the bathroom and get some water, and then we'll get started. Give everyone a little bit of time to get in.
I mean, also, I guess we took a lot of damage. I don't know if you...
These are the boys? No.
Yeah, but 780k.
I want to do it eventually,
massive.
but they're not going to do it today, of course. All right,
Did you
back in a couple
images,
minutes.
maybe? When he casted shield?
Wait, no way. I'm checking.
I'm wondering
it could be.
what it could be. And we can see maybe.
Check, that might actually be true. No, I didn't have.
At least we are learning things, even though we are depleting this case.
Yeah, of course.
That's not too bad.
You even had unending resolve up also, yeah.
Yep.
It almost feels like it's not about.
Could it just be the number
damage
of target? Yeah, I think we're both thinking the same. Maybe it's not the damage it deals to the other targets that it shields itself for, but how many targets it hits. So there's like a lot of suns, even if they're about to die, he's still gonna get the same shield from.
They did do some change to that at some point during the expansion. I just remember earlier on. I remember people calling like use personals for the shield, so it's less.
Yeah, that's also what I remember, but maybe we didn't see the patch note when they changed it.
And there was some changes to the boss like
Yeah.
throughout the expansion. I don't know how it works exactly nowadays. The value of the absorb is based on the damage inflicted to the targets. This effect can also strike zones of a car.
So he should still press cooldown. And I really don't know what got him the 700k shield.
Could it be that because we skipped the first ones, he juiced it all up for the last one? Like we skipped the. I think so. I legit think so because.
It's like
I see.
It's like
Yeah.
somehow
That could be.
I
Then
think
you
he
would
keeps
only
the
skip
juice,
the last
yeah.
one, right? Then you would. Yeah. Could be that. Then we only want to skip, I don't know, last one then to make it sure. But then that's also weird, right? Because it means you would have to hold damage to not break the shield too early on the previous one.
That's not a problem. I think that's doable, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like a big shield is hurting us. I don't think it's a massive deal. Just at the very end of the fight, it's bad because more ads are up. Sir, what kind of big deeps can you do with the bombs that you keep? I know Roger was doing some crazy stuff. Can you like keep a good bomb?
Yeah, I can get
smack?
one big bomb for sure, and then it's RNG.
I mean, so you only have one global basically, anyways. How much damage does that do?
I don't know.
Go check, dude. Or maybe check details or something.
Half of the damage
is volatile bomb?
part of a dot.
Yeah, but if you were talking about a big hit.
Looks like to be.
It doesn't seem that big, right?
Oh, volatile.
That's the max
hit
though.
Yeah.
With crit.
Yeah, I mean even.
Oh, it's a pheromone bomb. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, it's 10 to 17k, right? If it's the pheromone bomb.
I was looking at specifically the boss fight, and one of Reva's pheromone bomb hit for 22k as a normal hit. So that might be with something up, like an extra. That's weird actually. That's more than the crit, so it could be a detail bug, or there's some damage jump that I don't know about.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be that big, at least to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, if I have a proc, I can probably do 2 bombs back to back. But one of them will be smaller.
Sound muted.
I'm back. What do you guys think is better? Finishing whatever this questline is, since we're in the middle of it. We just made peace with the kobolds. I think I should finish that and then go to Whirlit. Or let's let people get back. I have to do this now because I clicked on it, and then we can do a couple of roulettes. I said I would start in 40 minutes, so this and then a couple of roulettes, and then we'll do the rest of this quest line, and then we'll do Whirlit. All right. It would seem we have found a way forward with the kobolds. Next, we will help the Second Order free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it'll take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest, but reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say I was in your debt, but that has long been true So instead I'll say thank you for helping us plot a new course, not only for Limsa Laminsa, but all Eorzea. Alright. Alright. So, some roulettes, you guys think? What do we got? Does anyone want to join me for roulettes? Hit me up with a couple of whispers. We can do a leveling roulette. Roulette post to spare. I can always do whatever post to spare. Or go to bed. I would if I was on the DC. Yeah, I get it. Hopefully someday that'll work and we can play together. Don't want to join you in roulettes? That's fine. MSQ roulette? I think we'll just do leveling roulette. And that'll give enough people... I think that's enough. That'll give people time to check in, see that I'm streaming, and rejoin the stream. You heard of an Astro rework? There's been rumors about it. I don't know how likely or how extensive it would be. Let me grab Mizuzu, whom I owe an apology from yesterday anyway. Alright, so we do a leveling roulette. Do I need to check this every time? Yeah, I do. Confirm. Join. I should have checked and make sure I was the only healer. We're good. We got a summoner and a samurai. What's your opinion on White Mage? It's indistinguishable from Astrologian except with fewer buttons. Hey, I like this one. Hey Persea. Yeah, that's why we're doing a roulette to start with, because I knew that we finished Warcraft way earlier than I had expected, so just a quick roulette. Let people get into the stream. You guys are beating the shit out of you. And me. A couple of suns and then maybe a benediction soon. I'm gonna send it now because I'm worried about it. He's already dead. Benediction on cooldown, tank deceased. Curing myself, that's not great. report a murder. Yeah, the tank was killed. Can't deny it. So I don't get red flowers. I'm stunned. What is this? What is this dungeon? Holy shit! Yep, WoW's over. We're doing a quick roulette. I don't actually know if this will do anything, but let's see what happens. Oh, nice, I got intervened. Took no damn. Yep, I'm gonna do this roulette to let people get into the stream, and then I'm gonna finish 5.4, and then I'm gonna do the rest of roulette. That missed everyone. Sending you lots of love. Thank you, sir. Gonna need it before Endwalker? Nope. I think 5.4 and Whirlet are the last things before Endwalker. Oh, and I missed short story readings and then Endwalker. I just saw that. That's new. This is the non-combat, right? We just dance. Walk? Why? It's gonna hit me with something. shit. Well, I'm probably gonna make it. We did it! That's all we get. Whoa, I'm just walking in that. I looked at chat, looked back up, and there's an orb running at me. Ba-da. Bird. Hail again. Morning. Oh, I looked at the eye. I'm bonking you. Watch out. Bonk. Bonk. The level up. Let's go, my friends. GG's. Alright. Thank you very much. Let's finish 5.4 and then do weapons. Alpha on his face is a picture. Equal parts jubilation and relief.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Synchronized nodding.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
I won't tell you. All staring.
What in the world is that? A tower.
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Moshi Moshi.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards.
There's one outside each city. Why else would they be calling
The
for Gardenia?
communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Well, we've
Of
cured
course,
tempering.
Admiral. We
I
shall
guess we
make
can pay
all
attention
haste.
to the Imperials again.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
Nod. Nod. Sequential nodding occurred. Alright. Let's go see what's going on at the Alamegan front lines. In Girabania, which is the worst city to not have flying in. Oh, thank God it's right here. Nope, Whirlit is coming after we finish 5.4.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Infernal.
Preserve!
That's a dragon. With a flying man.
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
Last we saw Fandaniel, he said he was gonna help Xenos with the hunt
Good.
of me.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why?
Even the hero of the piece is here. I feel quite starstruck.
Is that Asahi?
His body,
No.
more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it. Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fan Daniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance. My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers,
That's
which
weird.
will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues.
Man, he's got the crazy eyes.
Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion?
Thank you, Mobile. Appreciate the sub.
Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire.
Thank you, Dead Me. Appreciate the sub.
And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
That's weird, bro.
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering!
Serrano, thank you so much for the sub.
I'm
This guy's
different,
too
you
edgy.
see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles.
Thanks to Tiki, appreciate the prime. So
We,
this guy,
the Telophoroi, shall be your performers, and this very star our stage.
Laferoy. You guys ready for a show? He's just crazy. Or lying. One or the other. Alright. GG. I had a good time. Back to WoW, I guess.
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash.
Yeah, Xenos is also crazy.
Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Gave him too good of a fight, I know. Pretty sure that's the only time he's orgasmed. Of course he's gonna try to do it again.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Could have killed him. I tried. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Arban, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm gonna take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. And we will go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Merlub tells me, you're due some time off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well. But if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care. Both of you. Back in Hela Jail, I'm just spreading out the post MSQ XP. There's no reason to have it on the guy that's going to do Endwalker. I'm 83 on my Dragoon, he's going to do Endwalker, so he's going to overcap. Might as well spread this stuff out. Back to the Rising Stone and tell Kryl about the crazy towers and the Lunar Bahamut and Fandaniel and Xenos. Fandaniel, thank you very much for the gifted subs. I really appreciate it. And now we know who Fandaniel is and why chat was going crazy that one time when you gifted a sub. He's here. You're back too. Good. We have received the reports from the Alliance. Since we're all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. Why are you thanking him? Because he's giving me money. That makes Bahamut all better. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged, perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Asian magics. Whatever it is, for now, we can only work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Y'shtola? I've been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their temperate, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ul'dah and delivered porksies to her grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. And of course she wants to pet the porksy. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The Immortal Flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. Oh, strange, almost exactly like what happened with the Kobolds. The Amalja claimed that a number of their kind have been abducted and that men are responsible. Nothing is known of the perpetrators yet, but as the Immortal Flames went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Van Daniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yanksha. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they're everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little for now except remain vigilant, and since we are dealing with a dragon, ostensibly, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Estinian fights dragons? Estinian? Now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I would be the first to welcome it, but the truth is we will struggle even to find him. Why are you guys so eager to find Estinian to be an authority on dragons? I, too, am the Azure Dragoon. Ask me anything. You let me and Kryle worry about that. We'll sniff him out no matter where he's hiding. Discount Azure. If he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless. So if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. The name of all the children of Hraesvelgar? Yikes. Average land speed of an unladen dragon? No unladen dragon would travel by land. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them in the use of the Porxies. They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You'd be fresher for the tasks ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last for long. You're White Mage, I'm the Azure Dragoon. All else is an illusion and a lie. Save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with him. Not when the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those whom I hold dear, just as you always have. Where's your 6-second star diver? I don't know. I feel like the devs are cheating me. I want a Stardiver combo in which all 4 buttons are Stardiver. Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
He looks great.
Glory be. Glory be. Glory be. Glory be to Garlemald!
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace... Hey Sprox, I'm sorry you have to get up so early.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Meanwhile, in Xenos' head, this is a pretty sword. I can't wait to thrust it into the Warrior of Light.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing him that you await his coming, though I confess I may have singed him a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me.
Lest?
Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
I guess it's not a pretty sword. How much do you weigh? Holy shit, he stepped on the sword and it snapped instantly. That is a big, chunky boy. Wait, was that the end of 5.4? Okay. Alright. One sec. I need to find my emotional armor. Strap it on. Ah, here it is. 32 ounces of whiskey. Alright. Shall we? Thank you, Briseia. I appreciate it. It's gonna shield me. Gonna need more than 32 ounces. I think that might... I think that'd be too much. I'd just pass out. I want to be a Dragoon for this. I guess I can always swap the Dragoon when we get to a combat situation. We recently received word of your victory over the Emerald Weapon. I expect it was another fine display on your part, not that any of us were there to see it. Gonna do keys in an hour, great to ball my eyes off before that? Yeah, I'm sorry, Sarah. Alcohol's not the answer. Alcohol is like guns. They both kill people and they both do actually solve some problems. For that reason, we'd be grateful if you could give us a blow-by-blow account, if you wouldn't mind. Good grief. Sounds like you had an awful lot to contend with. Rather you than me. I shall add this to our ever-growing stack of reports, should anyone wish to review this information ahead of the next sortie. A well-lubricated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and drink alcohol shall not be infringed. Again, we did already try that once. It looks like your ordeals have taken their toll. We'll let you know if anything requires your attention, but until then, be sure to get some rest. What made you pick White Mage? I need to have a healer for the next tier. Meanwhile, in the 7th Legion's correction chamber. The meanwhile was funny, and yet the end of that sentence was awful. We hate you. We hate you. 3 weapons. 3 pitiful displays of ineptitude. Oh. Bro. To make matters worse, one of my prime candidates, your precious sister no less, has escaped. Ow. Who should she go crawling to but that swine Gaius? After everything I've done for her. For her. And this is how she repays me. As her elder brother, it's your responsibility to instill some discipline in her, and you failed miserably. They want us to hate him, and I do. He's making the kid do it, too. Well, don't just stand there, boy. Oh, of course, it's your first time, isn't it? Come along, there's no need to be shy. You see, something wicked has taken hold of this young man, and it's our job to cleanse his troubled spirit. It may look painful, but it's the only way, I assure you. He'll be ever so grateful, and you want him to get better, don't you? There's a good boy. Let's try again, shall we? Burn out. I'm not doing that. These poor children. If you all went after him with the burden sticks, it might work. Well done. You've all made Father proud. Very proud indeed. As for you, I thought you were a cut above the rest of the savages, but it appears I was mistaken. And since you allowed that wretched sister of yours to escape, it falls to you to act as her replacement. The kid is smiling. The kids are being emotionally tortured and manipulated. Approval is a potent manipulative tool for young children. Since you allowed that wretched sister of yours to escape, it falls to you to act as her replacement. I choose you as the next pilot, and your mission is simple. Kill Gaius Van Belsar, whatever it takes. And if you so much as entertain the idea of betraying me again, I'll exterminate every last one of your kind. Just like the vermin they are. I really wish they had made him beautiful. For two reasons. First, let's stop teaching people, particularly teenagers, that ugly is evil and beautiful is nice. And second, I'm real curious how many in Twitch chat would be saying Valens did nothing wrong. Xenos is hot, and he has Simpson chat. Xenos is beautiful and evil, it's true. Having said that, we will be forcibly initiating Oversoul using Xenos' combat data. So whatever schemes you may be hatching will never come to pass. All you need to do is sit back and let the synthetic RSite system do the work with you as its conduit. Guys, to be clear, I'm worried that you may be misunderstanding me. I'm not saying that Final Fantasy is teaching that good people are pretty and bad people are ugly. They do have beautiful villains, it's true. But as a culture, we tend to. You should thank me for allowing you to become part of my masterpiece. Your worthless existence will finally have some semblance of meaning. Ugly people get bullied and become unhinged? No, no. It's not real. You understand that, right? It's no, that had to have been, you got me. It was you got me. You actually got me. It was good. Lord Valen's preparations for the Oversoul trial are complete. We await your order. Splendid. There's never a dull moment around here. Now then, boys, who'd like to see something special? No one. Literally no one. Come along, everyone. Father has secrets to share with you. I want to kill him so bad. Who are you? Are you someone in a mask? You someone we know? Nah, maybe not. Someone in a mask? Yep, that's true. Makes my blood boil. It makes my blood boil too. This is evil. And the worst thing is that it's not wrong. It's not false. It's hard to imagine, but people that depraved do exist. They're real. This is my chance, and it's all thanks to the sacrifices made by my dear siblings. Finally, the weapon will be mine to command. Once it has reached perfection, I will be unstoppable. First Valens and then the Empire itself will fall. and we will be free at last. Father, keep Ali safe. Melisandre, Rickon, Rex. This poor family. I understand why they're doing it now, though. Until then, watch over me. Think more. Unfortunately, I was bluffing. I don't actually have alcohol in the house. It was a little joke. Emotional state. Right now I'm mad. So, is it ready or not? The trial sequence has been primed, sir. Then get on with it. Initiating synthetic RSite system. Loading diamond weapon simulation. What's going on? You're helping us with the little research is all, whatever your name is. The time has come for you to contribute to the glory of Garlemald. Yep, you're a red shirt. This isn't what we agreed. You said that if I took part in the experiment, you'd let my family go. You have Xenos' data loaded, yes? Activate Oversoul and be quick about it. Understood, Lord Valens. Galvus, combat sample ready. Initiating organic core override. Valens is comically evil, except not. And certainly his victims aren't comically victimized. My mind is... No! If this is what it takes to protect you both, I love you and I am so sorry. F's for the Wurlet pilot, whose family is watching him be tortured to death. Where is my prey? Organic core overwrite complete. Xenos Yi Galvus data loaded. The subject is instinctively bound to seek out prey right from the outset. Regardless of the combat prowess it may boast, I need an obedient servant, not a ravenous beast. Enough. Shut it down. Deactivating synthetic RSite system. How revolting, and what a mess it makes of the cockpit. Adjust the settings and prepare for another run. Fortunately, we have the next test subject ready and waiting. No, dude. But sir, you agreed to release his family in exchange for his cooperation. Ha ha. I never knew you had such a wonderful sense of humor. The great Valens van Varro bargaining with savages. the more fool him for trusting me in the first place. Okay. Robin, I was hoping I might have a word with you. Ever since Turncliffe was liberated, we've been sending troops to aid in getting the town back on its feet, helping the residents, that sort of thing. Yes, it's Pinkler. We know that this kind of evil is real. Yeah, I get that he like laughs and stuff, but like comically evil suggests that it's hard to take seriously, I guess, and it's not. Death for Valens? Yep. We Alamegans know how hard life can be for a society struggling to stand on its own after years of imperial rule. A lot of what most people would take for granted has to be rebuilt from the ground up. While we're able to assist when it comes to providing basic resources and keeping the place safe, there are countless other problems that need attending to. If you can spare the time, we could use your help. Bless you, Robin. You really are a saint. I'm sure the people of Turncliffe will benefit from having someone like you around. Once you're ready, have a word with your usual escort. I wish you all the best. Alright, go help the people of Turncliffe, I suppose. Although I still think that after what we learned with Gaius the other day, we should just be like, I don't know, full speed ahead. Get this guy. Valens needs to die. So, the boss roped you into helping, did he? I knew you couldn't say no. Turncliffe. What's your opinion on Gaius? It really, my opinion of him as a person and a character hasn't changed. The fact that I'm sorry for him, right? I don't want to talk about this too much. If you want to know, you can look at yesterday's VOD to see what I think. I'm sorry for him, I feel bad for him, I empathize with him, but of course it doesn't change anything in the past. Bad stuff happens to good people, and bad stuff happens to bad people. We can sympathize and empathize with bad shit happening to you without it affecting our judgment of your own actions from before. You're the one who piloted that war machina and defeated the Sapphire weapon, aren't you? I thought so. I've heard much about you, but I doubt you'd know who I am. My name is Avelina, and I grew up here. I stayed throughout the occupation and was put to work as a magitek engineer. Thanks to you and yours, we're now rid of the Imperials, though I fear many of us will struggle to put the past behind us. For 10 long years we suffered at their hands. A whole generation of young people were forced into the army and sent off to die in some distant land. I suppose I could be considered one of the lucky few. My work here kept me away from the battlefield, and I hoped my contributions might help the others live long enough to make their way home. In the end, most of them never returned. Though my efforts were in vain, I can at least honor their memory. I want to leave something behind for their sake, to prove they haven't been forgotten. A monument bearing their names. Sounds like USA? I strongly disagree. There's a big difference. Regardless of what you think of the US military or the US foreign policy, there's a big difference between a volunteer citizen army versus conscripting conquered peoples. Brooklyn, thank you very much for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. Conscription, and particularly of conquered peoples, is pretty high up on the "this is wrong" meter. To ensure that not a single person is omitted, I need to see the official list of conscripts. If one still exists, it would be inside the Imperial facility beneath the town, but with the Resistance troops and Ironworks engineers closing the place off, I can't get near it. Yes, the United States did conscription in Vietnam, Korea, World War II, and World War I. Of course, so did the rest of the world. Perhaps you might have a word with them for me. I'll leave as soon as I find the list. Thank you. I'll follow your lead. Yeah, conscription of conquered peoples is modeled off of what the Romans did. Very effectively, too. Something I can help you with? I see. It's a bit unusual for one of the locals to show an interest in the Imperial's leavings, but it seems she has her reasons. Since we're still carrying out our investigations, we've closed the place off to prevent anyone interfering. Considering it's you who's asking, though, I can hardly say no. Still, I'd better go with her, in case the others kick up a fuss. You're very kind. I'm sorry for any trouble I've caused. You have my thanks. Think nothing of it, I was glad to help. As I'd suspected, the Imperials kept detailed records of the local conscripts. One name in particular stood out to me. My friend Melisandre. I had no idea she'd been assigned to the 7th Legion of all places. Okay. It all began while we were serving together in the 14th Legion. We'd much in common, both being drafted from the same occupied territory, and we soon became firm friends. Then one day she was sent to fight in Eorzea, while I remained here. The day before she left, she came to say goodbye, together with her foster siblings from the orphanage. The youngest one, Rickon, was particularly upset about not being allowed to speak with their adoptive father before they departed. It was another of his orphans, Livia Sast Junius, who forbade them from seeing him. I can't say for certain, but it seemed Livia had a strong attachment to Gaius and wouldn't let anyone else near him. This does not reflect well on Gaius. As far as I could tell, he tried his best to keep Livia at arm's length whenever possible, but her devotion to him was bordering on obsession, and she became extremely jealous at the slightest sign of affection between him and his other wards. Others, however, treated them far more kindly. In fact, a Prefectus Castrorum of the 14th Legion came specifically to meet them. Streamer judging? Yeah, it's true. I am a very judgmental person. Sometimes it's a flaw, sometimes it's not. While I was surprised that a Rogadin had risen to such a rank, I was even more taken aback by the unguarded manner in which he spoke with his subordinates. I had hoped that with people like him serving on the Eorzean front, they would be in safe hands. That must be our friend from Cape Westwind, or Tadden. Who rose through merit. The time came for Melisandre to leave. We shared a few final words, and then she was gone. It was the last I ever saw of her. After that, I was assigned to the Tribunus Laticlavius of the 14th Nero Tal Scava, and I worked on restoring the Ultima weapon. I was even at the Praetorium on the day it was destroyed, but I escaped aboard an Imperial ship moments before it came crashing down. You're not the only one. Did that thing kill anyone at all? I eventually made my way back to Werlet, only to be drafted into the 7th Legion to continue working on the weapon project. Even now, it makes me sick to my stomach to think I'd help bring those abominations into the world. Using a living pilot to feed the weapon's core was part of the design from the very beginning. That also doesn't reflect well on either Nero or Gaius. They'd never dream of us subjecting a trueborn Garlean to such barbaric treatment when the 7th Legion has a ready supply of provincial conscripts ripe for the tanking. You don't hear about them? I mean, we actually did see a bunch of people die. A day or two ago, we spoke with someone who had... the guy who found Gaius near death in the rubble of Praetorium. Most of his unit died, except him. I was just making a little joke. The pilots were referred to only by their code names, and we engineers were not made privy to their true identities. Even with the list of conscripts, I still don't know who was sacrificed in the name of the weapon project. We can destroy it. Everything after the OG, but she just said that it was always the plan to merge people into the cores of the Ultimas. What can I do? For years, all I've known is how to build tools of destruction. The 7th Legion is far from finished. They're biding their time, waiting until the right moment to unleash the final weapon. And when they do, it will bring nothing but death and woe to all who stand in their way. Even after everything they've taken from us, they still want more. Guys, she was in the 14th. She's talking about the 14th. If it weren't for the Empire, Melisande would still be here. She was the kindest person I ever met, but to the Empire, she was just another pawn in their games. I will never forget her. There's a way I can make a difference. She was in 7th under Nero. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Or 14th. Oh, maybe I'm not. First, I need to speak with members of the Ironworks. I have a feeling that War Machina used to beat the Sapphire weapon will be called into action again. Until then, there's still time to make improvements, and I intend to help. Pilot Ultima. She just said that from the very beginning, that was the plan. Of course, he doesn't want himself to be eaten. He rides the first one, doesn't get eaten, but she just said it was always the plan. It does, in fact, reflect poorly on Gaius. I'll be going ahead with the plan to build a Mani, but stopping the Empire must come first. I hope Melisande and the others can wait a little longer. Before I go, allow me to express my gratitude. I don't know what I'd have done if it weren't for you. Until we meet again. So how was your time in Turncliffe? I see. Fate has dealt her a cruel hand, but now she has a chance to make a fresh start. The same could be said of the whole of Turncliffe. It seems the liberation of that one small town will become a pivotal moment in Wurlit's history. Perhaps it won't be too long before the rest of the region is free from the Empire. Naturally, we'd be honored to fight alongside the people of Wurlit. We won't rest until the Imperials are sent fleeing with their tails between their legs. Until that day arrives, we'll carry on doing our bit to support you and the others in ending the weapon project. I'll be sure to pass on any pertinent information. In the meantime, take care. I wasn't expecting to see you here considering all that's happening around Eorzea lately, but if you have a mind to help us, we'd like to share the latest developments in Wurlit. As luck would have it, here comes the ideal person to explain the situation. Thanks. I'll take it from here. Hey, we know you. I'm glad to see you looking so well, Robin. Why is that question marks? We know her. It certainly has. I haven't seen you around Ralgar's Reach much lately. Anyone would think you're trying to avoid me. How is it from Jesse to Jithabel? Jesse is my name. Jithabel is my character's name. How do you go from Mike to Preach? As much as I'd love to stand around chatting, I'm afraid I've got some serious business to discuss. Following the liberation of Turncliffe, it seems the people of Wurlit have their hearts set on freeing themselves from the grip of the Empire. Like-minded citizens have rallied under the banner of the Wurlit revolutionaries, and they aim to depose the 7th Legion that currently occupies the city. How do you go from Richard to Dick? Ask British people. It's their language. We don't call anyone Dick in America. Their ranks include many former conscripts, and between them they possess no small amount of combat experience. The only thing they lack is someone to lead them. After much consideration, they decided to turn to none other than Gaius Baelsar. Of course, many would balk at the thought of turning to a former enemy, and many did, but desperate times call for desperate measures. His reputation as a legatus speaks for itself, and as most Alamegans will attest, he was a far more reasonable and pragmatic leader than his predecessor, the Mad King Theodoric, or his successor Xenos, for that matter. But most importantly, he was the one who led the invasion of Wurlit in the first place, so who better than him to take it back? After accepting their offer, he requested the delivery of additional arms and provisions from the Alamegan resistance. We've got our hands full dealing with the Telophoroi, as do the rest of our allies in Eorzea, but we'll do what we can. While my comrades see to the preparations, I've been assigned to meet with him in person. I was wondering, could you accompany me to Turncliffe? Thanks, Robin. To be perfectly honest, coming face to face with the Black Wolf is a rather daunting prospect, even if he has supposedly turned over a new leaf. But I'm sure having you there will make a world of difference. I believe you're acquainted with our escort, yes? Let him know when you're ready to get going. You call that redemption? I guess it depends on what you consider redemption. Gaius is trying to do his best to undo terrible things that he's done in the past. He feels terrible guilt over his role and responsibility for the many terrible things he's done in the past. Can that redeem him? Depends on whether you think redemption requires actually fixing the things you did wrong or simply working towards good. I think redemption probably means different things to different people. Penance, certainly. How many Gall res do you have on the hotbar? Oh, glares? This is a GCD tracker. In a certain other game that we won't talk about here, there are certain third-party add-ons that we won't talk about here that you can use to display your global cooldown when you're like me and you hide all of the buttons that aren't important for actually watching. So for example, when I'm done with my UI, all of these bars will be hidden. I don't need to see any of this. I will only see this because these are the cooldowns I need to track. And there's like nothing on here that's a GCD. They're all off GCDs. So to track my GCD, I have this down here as a kind of faux weak aura, a fake weak aura to substitute for what I could get from a plugin in a different game. I can see that GCD cycling in my peripheral vision, and that gives me information I need. Another turn clip, is it? I get that it does look weird, but I've been doing it since the beginning of playing Final Fantasy. It makes a lot of sense to me. We have strong auras. True. It's always weird they call them weak to me. Yeah, I had to fix my UI power link to make it compatible with multiple different jobs, and unfortunately I had to lose the GAY keybinds in the middle. No, don't time him out. Vi, that was a real thing. Did you not know? When I was only playing Dragoon, my sprint and bloodbath and second wind, which are G, A, and Y, were pasted right in the middle of my bottom bar for any discerning individuals to see. And some people noticed. We are big supporters of all things gay in this stream. These mods, everyone bring the torches out for this mod. Yeah, you just saw someone say gay and thought they meant it as pejorative, but far from it. He was sad that I had dropped my supportive key bindings. What button is run left? Q. I bind strafe to Q and E because they're closer to the numbers I'm pushing a lot. Why would I put them on A and D and have to move that extra centimeter? I'm American. We use the fewest possible calories in everything we do. Ah, Gaius Balsar, I presume. I come bearing the Alamegan Resistance's official reply to your request for aid. I see. You have my thanks. Does this mean we can finally make our move? Why'd you say centimeter? Because otherwise most of my European viewers wouldn't know what I was talking about. Americans, being well educated, understand both centimeters and inches, whereas Europeans are provincially only educated in one inferior system. With the assistance of the Alamegans, we will soon have sufficient arms at our disposal to stand a chance at victory. But lest we forget, the 7th Legion has been conserving its strength thus far, and we must be prepared for severe casualties should its full might be brought to bear. If all our lives must be the price of freedom, we will pay it willingly. Let me be clear. We Alamegans have not forgotten that it was you who led the invasion of our homeland. The blood of our fallen loved ones is on your hands. Even so, the people of Warlet chose you to lead the revolution, and we will honor their decision. Revolution! Rebel against Garlemald and remove the booted foot of the Imperial oppressors from everyone's necks. Under the leadership of a previous high-ranking, highly effective, booted Imperial oppressor. Should I be found unworthy of their trust, I shall submit to their judgment, and whatever that may entail. Forgive me, but might we return to the task at hand? First, I would like to discuss the transportation of supplies from Alamigo. This way, if you please. Once again, I prepare to lead an army into Warlet. The irony is not lost on me. It is a cruel twist of fate that these people, so desperate from years of oppression, should return to their conqueror for salvation. For most of my life, I believed that only the Empire possessed the strength and wisdom to lead mankind. That only through great sacrifice could civilization hope to thrive. And so I led the conquest of Eorzea, forcing the doctrine of Garlemald upon the ignorant and uncivilized. In every territory, I sought out those with the potential for greatness, without regard for one's birth or circumstances, that they may serve the Empire. But there are those, such as Valens, who see being born Garlean a virtue in itself, one above all others. To think that a monster such as him should be granted the position of legatus and everything that entails, it makes my blood boil. Valens brings shame upon our homeland and makes mock of the ideals it once stood for. By my hand, he shall pay for his foul crimes. We're running out of time, guys. We have to go after her. He only has 2 voices. I have 3. I changed my voice for Gaius a little bit, so that counts as an individual voice. And then I have my voice, and then I have the country voice. 3 voices. ... That's all I get. It was really funny because someone was like, you need to give this person a different accent. Well, I've only got the 2. Would you like her to sound like me? Or would you like her to sound like a hick? You also have your real voice. Yeah, but the real voice is reserved for moments of extraordinary pressure, duress, and stress in which it emerges involuntarily. Thought you could do a British accent? I don't know why you would think that. I can pretend to do a British accent when I'm making fun of someone, but it's like an obviously terrible British accent. There is something I would show you, but not here. Come with me. Do transatlantic? I don't even know what that means. Mid-Atlantic. Why would it be called transatlantic if it's mid-Atlantic? Can you do New Jersey? Nope. I Go doesn't provide voice acting coaches. Nope. I can pronounce my R's, which makes most of the East Coast accents undoable for me. Transatlantic goes from one side to the... I know what transatlantic means, but thank you. I don't know what a transatlantic accent would sound like, because of course then it would be both American and British. I'm sorry, not being clear. You must keep this to yourself. I do not want the soldiers to think I am being distracted by personal matters. This letter was found in her room. Dear Father, I'm sorry for leaving without saying goodbye, but the thought of Alphonse suffering alone is more than I can bear. Man, she was safe. For his sake and for the freedom of Werlet, I've decided to take matters into my own hands. I know of a way to save them, a way to end it all. I have to seize this chance before it's too late. My mind is set. Please, do not try to stop me, Father. The days we spent together were the happiest of my life, and no matter what happens, nothing can take that away from me. With all my love, Allie. She is heading for the 7th Legion's stronghold in Werlet. I am certain of it. Taking matters into her own hands. She must be planning to take control of one of the weapons. If so, there's no time to waste. We have to mobilize our forces and save Ali and Alphonse. I want nothing more than to save them, but I cannot ask the Werlet revolutionaries to risk their lives to rescue 2 Imperial soldiers. In any case, if we were to rush into battle without adequate preparation, the 7th Legion would tear our partisan army to shreds. And as capable a warrior as Robin is, if he were to charge headlong into the heart of the enemy, he would be overwhelmed by sheer numbers. But if we don't do something, Ali and Alphonse are as good as dead. I know, Severa. And so did Ali when she wrote that letter. Returning alive was never part of her plan. Mushy mushy! Can you hear me? I'm in Werlet just outside Castrum Calinum. All hells have broken loose. There was an enormous explosion, and through the smoke and flames I saw what appeared to be another weapon. At this rate, the entire... He went through a tunnel. Confounded. We have lost the signal. This must be what Ali spoke of in her letter. A way to end it all. Alphonse and the others were planning this from the beginning. To bring the weapon project to completion and use it to free Werlet from the Empire, even at the cost of their own lives. If the revolutionaries were to hear that a weapon has been unleashed upon the Imperial headquarters, they would see it as the perfect opportunity to strike. If it's running amok, it may not distinguish between our allies and the Imperials. A large force would draw too much attention, but the 3 of us should be able to get close enough without it noticing us. We will try to save them. Robin, is he? No. Also, yes. I cannot allow it. This is my burden to bear, and I shall bear it alone. That's such a funny thing to say. My record is impeccable. So is everyone who's alive. Very well. For the time being, I will have the revolutionaries stand by and await my signal. An opportunity to reclaim Warlick may yet present itself, but we must first be allowed to remove the threat of this new weapon. Severa, have Sid ready the G-Warrior. Understood. I would love to fight in Gary again. Not everyone alive gets out of dangerous situations a lot all the time? No, gets into. No, that's true. But everyone alive has an impeccable record of getting out of situations alive. What he said would also apply to Gaius. Once your preparations are complete, let us reconvene outside the hangar. It only takes once. Past performance is a guarantee of future results. In the Warlet headquarters. How wonderful it is to see you again, my dear. I was beginning to think you weren't coming back. In my impatience, I may have vented my frustrations on that brother of yours. I do hope you'll forgive me. Lord Valens, you mentioned before that the previous weapons were merely prototypes used to gather combat data within their cores. Yes, very good. I see you are paying attention after all. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. The primals they absorbed and the data they accumulated will serve a singular purpose. The completion of my masterpiece, the Diamond Weapon. But while you and your siblings were able to retrieve the necessary data from the Ruby weapon before Gaius and his lackeys arrived, Sapphire and Emerald were handed to the enemy on a silver platter. Those worthless curs failed to meet even my exceedingly low expectations. As detailed in my report, I took it upon myself to infiltrate Gaius Baelsar's band of rebels and reclaim the data. Yes, you have done well, my dear. My engineers have already finished feeding it to the diamond weapon. Then all that remains is for me to assume my role as its pilot, and for you to release my brother and the rest of our compatriots as per our agreement. Of course, of course. A handful of savages is a small price to pay for your remarkable talents. Even though the weapon project's revolutionary technology allows even an untrained pilot to fight with the skills of a veteran soldier, only the truly gifted can draw out the full potential of the synthetic auracite. In addition to their physical attributes and combat prowess, I require unwavering loyalty before I can even consider entrusting a candidate with one of my creations. And you are everything I desire. I'm honored you regard me so highly, Lord Valens. However, in return for my continued cooperation, I wish to propose an extra condition to our arrangement. I request that the people of Warlet be given full imperial citizenship and the right to self-govern. My, how very bold of you, and quite astute at that. Yes, I could grant the people of Warlet citizenship, if I so desired. Unfortunately, a mere legatus such as myself is in no position to simply relinquish control of imperial territory on a whim. Come now. We both know that the weapons are only a means to an end. Your true intent is to march on the capital and claim it for yourself, correct? Once you have taken the throne, one small territory would seem a fair reward for those who played a vital role in the ascension of Emperor Valens. Ha. I say, for someone so sweet and innocent, you certainly drive a hard bargain. Very well. If it's Worlid you want, it's yours. I'll soon have no need for this stinking backwater province anyway. What about my brother? Ah yes, Alwick, or was it Alfred? Whatever his name is, you needn't worry. I've made special arrangements for him. He'll be perfectly safe, provided you uphold your side of the agreement. Excellent! Now, let's get you aboard the diamond weapon, shall we? One step closer to my coronation. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I know this isn't what Father would have wanted, but it's the only way. Please forgive me. Initiating the synthetic RSite system, all sensors activated. So far, so good. Diamond weapon, codename Xenos. Commencing activation sequence. Behold perfection itself. Melisandria, Rickon, and Rex gave their lives that others may live without fear. The RSite is taking hold. I'm just glad you didn't have to go through this, Alphonse. But you'll have to go on without me. You and Father still must work together. I'm sorry I can't be there at your side. This is the only way. What's that, my dear? Is something the matter? The diamond weapon is mine. Your tyranny ends here, Valens. Kill him to death. A little faster would be good. I was really hoping for direct action against him. Formless, undirected explosions have a tendency to leave villains alive. Lowborn filth. If you think your little performance had me fooled, you're sorely mistaken. What are you waiting for? Shut it down. Not responding. Ha ha ha. The insolent whelp held me worried for a moment. Bring her to me alive, even if it means damaging the machine. When I'm through with her, she will beg for death. You're that sadistic that you would rather damage the machine to risk not being able to torture her. can't let it end like this. Milsandia, Rick, and Rex, guide my hand. Alphonse, wherever you are, lend me your strength. Oh no. Initiating Overmind. Overmind? What is that? Not me. It's ignoring the shutdown signal and initiating Overmind. But how? I don't care how. Stop that thing before it brings down the whole Castrum. Unlocked? No. Presumably she's been tormented and tortured by the Overmind, just like her siblings. It's good he's dead. Ready to depart? I'll send for Master Garland. It's just terrible and awful that it took the deaths of all 4 children with only Alphonse remaining to kill him. For sure he's dead. I swear he'd better be dead. Don't even do this to me, chat. We all expected another weapon to appear sooner or later, but not quite like this. According to Valdolin, after it finished laying waste to the headquarters of the 7th Legion, it took to the sky. Though this has dealt a massive blow to the Imperial forces, I am certain that Ali is on board the weapon. It must be halted before she comes to harm, and for that, I need the G-Warrior and the airships to transport it. I see the one thing hasn't changed since your days as the Black Wolf, your penchant for gigantic war machina, such as the ones we are currently fighting because of you. Although he knows that, and he's working against it. But if this means the G-Warrior has another chance to shine, I'd be happy to oblige. Only this time, rather than having it unceremoniously towed by airships, I have a more dynamic entrance in mind. It's good to see you again, Robin. From what I hear, we have you to thank for Avelina volunteering to help the Ironworks. Since she joined the team, my work has come on leaps and bounds. Your frustration is palpable. Part of it is me being a little bit unfair, right? Anger at the unmitigated evil of Valens is bound to splash around a little bit, you know? It's a very human thing, I think. You're angry with one thing, and you take it out on something that you can take it out on. I can't actually kill Valens, which is deeply unsatisfying to me. I can't yell at him, I can't chide him, but Gaius is right there. He knows he's been bad, so I can kick him while he's down. I'm not saying it's good. I'm acknowledging that it's a flaw that everyone experiences. When you're angry, other people suffer, even the people that you're not angry at, right? He would accept the kicking. I know, he would. He feels really guilty. It is not great that I'm beating up on Gaius. He's not the one I'm angry at, but he's here. It's human. About people not dying? Well, it's not so much that I'm frustrated by that anymore, although I was for a while. It's that because of that, I'm actually legitimately worried that Valens isn't dead. I have to be, and it's... You're right, it is frustrating. Alright. Avelina's been helping the Ironworks. I'm just grateful for the opportunity to finally put my knowledge and skills to good use. As far as I can tell, your target is the diamond weapon, the most powerful of them all. What's worse, its design incorporates all of the combat data and abilities of the other weapons, making it far more formidable than those you encountered before. Thankfully, we've had time to prepare for such an occasion. It's not human? Of course it is. You're being absurd. Everyone does it. It's not great. It's something to strive against, but everyone does it. Would you care to elaborate? Let me put it like this. Thanks to Avelina's tireless dedication, the G-Warrior has been reborn. A Gary reborn. There'll be time to explain more on the way. Come on, the Enterprise is waiting. I want to punch things now. I know, Persea, me too. Specifically Valens. Not actually that excited about destroying the diamond weapon that is carrying the tormented, tortured body. Poor Allie. Very impressive, but may I ask what purpose it serves? In catching it? I know that that's Gaius' goal. He wants to catch it and save his daughter. Since our objective is to rescue the pilot, we've added a means of capturing the diamond weapon. We come to save lives, not to end them, and for that reason the G-Warrior has been reborn. I present to you the G-Savior. We can call him Gary Jr. And then the next Gary can be Gary the Third. Holy shit, I'm writing Gary right now. Once again, Sid and his engineers have provided precisely what we require before we even view it ourselves. Due to the added complexity, we'll have Gaius pilot while Robin there his commands. Agreed. There will be little opportunity for us to grow accustomed to our roles, and so we must succeed at all costs. The cloud deck now accessible. Alright. Alright. Persea needs this duty. Gets the automatic invite. And then I scroll up to the top. We have Gnome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Thank you everyone who wanted to do this with me. Thank you everyone for being willing. Time to try to save Allie. Let's do our very best. But I'm not playing healer, just as a heads up. Mizuzu's a good boy. He's not gonna grip me. Trials, the cloud deck. Intelligence from Warlit indicates that a previously unknown weapon is laying waste to 7th Imperial Legion's headquarters, though it seems improbable that the war machine could turn against its creators. A letter left by Allie reveals her intention to commandeer the weapon and rescue her brother Alphonse from the Imperials. Together with Gaius and Sid, you formulate a strategy not to destroy, but to capture the rampaging machine before any harm can come to its pilot. Alright. Let's Save Ellie. The green cloud deck. Is it gonna jump me off when I try to fight? Hydro UI for this fight? Maybe. We'll take a look. Mark 1 Anti-Icon War Machina, the Diamond Weapon. Versus Gary Jr. Target in sight. Pin it down with a salvo of missiles. Threat detected. Returning fire. Familiar male voice. Oh yes, it's Zenus. Controlling her right now. He just punched the missile. Surely I won't go off the edge. Yeah. It is Allie. What is this? G-Savior Mark II opening containment field. Oh, he's trapped. Alright, that's cool. Are we going over there? 3. Oh. 2. Ah! 1. Holy shit. Do we think he's gonna die? Yeah, I think I'm gonna die. Accessing Sapphire data. 3, 2, 1. I have to keep fighting until my dream has been realized, he says. Whoa. True face diamond weapon. Whoa! Okay. Raising Magitech Field. There's no escape. So worried that I'm gonna pop cooldowns and like and then he's gonna leave. Just like that. Don't worry, Allie. I'll keep you safe. The Savior returning to battle. Removing the armor increases its speed, but can't maintain that level of output. This is our... What the... Oh, okay. Not on me. I want to go back. That seems bad. Oh god, please, 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 please. Woo! You just got a rank 3. What are those? Oh, and you have to go across and soak them all. Nice job, team. Run back! Oh, it's a soak. I'm gonna come not help, but we'll all be on the same side for cooldowns. I want to wait for him to do something. This is for you, Rex. Alright, I'm not picked. I'm going to send. I just walked into that. That was a really cool fight. The contrast between this airborne fight and the other airborne fight we did could not be bigger. This was super, super cool. I want to do all the weapons on Extreme. These are cool fights. Thank you, my friends. I really appreciate it. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Wait until DC Travel and I'll join. Yes, Katie. Yes. Ask Preachy's doing Emerald Weapon. I would join Preach and do Emerald Weapon. I don't have to wait and do everything with Roger and Scrape. There's too much content in this game to wait forever to do it. We must reach the diamond weapon before the Imperials. Man, look how beautiful Robin is. He's so pretty. In all the years since the invasion, this place has hardly changed. I was expecting to find some sign of the 7th Legion here, but it would appear the diamond weapon has already taken them out of the equation. I pray we are not too late. Are you Gaius's voice actor? I'm glad you guys like it. Very flattering. Please, 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 please. He's alive. And she's not all weird. Allie! Not sure if I'm peeing. No, I'm actually coughing. I'm sorry. Angelic music. She okay? You didn't even check her pulse. Damn it, I need some answers. You did? Well, Robin said she was fine? Really? I don't speak that language. Please, take her back to Turncliffe. I have some unfinished business to attend to. Now to learn what has become of Alphonse. If you have a score to settle, now is your chance. Show yourself. Oh my god, I'm so unhappy. Maybe this will be more satisfying. I swear, if they don't let us kill him, I'm gonna be very angry. It wasn't a satisfying way of him dying because I wanted to kill him. But they'd better not let him get away. Come to gloat, have you, guys? It's not over yet. You certainly have an instinct for self-preservation. I would expect nothing less from the coward who sacrificed his own soldiers to further his ambitions. How dare you speak to me of ambitions? You're the one who stood in my way at every turn. If not for your meddling, the Empire would have been mine. Well, if true, then that alone redeems Gaius. Enough of your delusions of grandeur. Where is Alphonse? Heh. Heh, heh, heh. Ha. Why, he's right in front of you. What? Once you hear the answer, you'll kick yourself for not realizing it sooner. You see, in all of the previous models, the combat data was either incomplete or unstable in some way, making their performance in battle wildly unpredictable. But then an idea struck me. Rather than using data gathered in battle, I should use something a little more realistic. It turns out that beloved boy of yours was quite brilliant. When he put his mind to it, by my ingenuity has been reborn as the core of the greatest machine ever devised. None but the great Lord Valen Van Barrow could conceive such a marvel. The greatest machine ever devised appears to be broken. And to think that Allie came here to steal the diamond weapon to save her brother, only to find he'd already become a part of it. Perhaps it wasn't the reunion she'd envisioned, but I'm sure she was grateful nonetheless. That might also explain why Overmind activated all by itself. It was clearly an attempt to protect his precious sister. A fascinating anomaly, but I can't stand disobedience. That such atrocity should continue unabated is proof of the rot that has spread throughout the Empire. Your crimes are an affront not only to Garlemald, but to all of mankind. And now, you will die. Shoot him in the head. Have you forgotten, Gaius? I've seen your data. I know your every move. Such pitiful swordsmanship is a relic of the past, just like you. He's checking the guide. This wasn't in the guide. stabbing, less staring. Reactivating synthetic RSI system. This can't be. How is it still functional? Removing memory inhibitors. Albert, Alphino, even the names of those sacrificed in your twisted experiments are beneath your notice. You are beyond redemption. Who are you to judge me, Gaius? Do you remember the names of the tens of thousands of men, women, and children killed for the sake of your conquests? I do not deny the blood spilled at my behest, nor will I run from my past. That is why I fight, to prevent the wrongs I committed from being repeated. No. You can't do this to me. Yes, you can. Did he pop? All right. Alphonse. Alphonse, my son. I have failed you. This is not the end. I will see your dreams fulfilled. This I swear. I only ask that you, Melisandre, Rickon, and Rex watch over me. Father, the memories stored in the diamond weapon, give them to Ali. Watch over her in my stead. Father, I cannot go on like this. Please. I understand. Making this side content, it has to be optional. You can't make that part of the mandatory MSQ to get past this. That would be inhumane. In that one stroke, it would become one of the hardest games ever. I see. We will remain here until further notice. For making fun of Gaius coming back, that was worthy of being made fun of. That was worthy of being made fun of. This does not diminish from that being silly, and that does not diminish from the extreme depth of the storytelling here. They are independent. That was Gaius. Valens Van Varo and the Weapon Project are no more. Seizing the opportunity, the Werelet revolutionaries have taken control of the city. Though they still suffered considerable losses, they have at last gained their freedom. And even with the Empire gone, for people like me, life under Imperial rule is all we've ever known. We might never be able to heal the scars left by decades of oppression. I almost killed their father in ARR. Every person killed in war is somebody's son or daughter. Every one of them has a mother and a father. They all have families. While there is hope for those who have survived this ordeal, nothing can bring back the dead. The loss of my wife and daughter left a void in me that can never be filled. In the years since, I've struggled to find a purpose, a reason to keep on living. It is the same for Gaius. No matter how hard he tries to make amends, the children he lost are gone forever. The recent events in Warlet have had a profound impact on the lives of many, many people, but none more so than Ali. She's been in a state of shock ever since she returned. We've even called in Sid to see if he can ascertain what the problem might be. You see, there's a strong possibility that the diamond weapon itself is what's caused Ali to close herself off like this, but for the time being, all we can do is wait. There was one other thing. Evelina came by looking for you earlier, so perhaps you could go and see her. Okay. Okay. Thank you for coming to meet me. I'm glad to see you're none the worse for your experiences. I've been meaning to show you this. Thanks to the Alamegan resistance, the monument to the fallen is complete. Though they may no longer be with us, we'll never forget them. This way, they'll always be a part of Turncliffe, and future generations will be reminded of the sacrifices that were made. You were always so kind to me, and now it's my time to do the same for others. Evelina is absorbed in prayer, and it would be a good time to return to Severa. I hope all is well with Evelina. While you were speaking with her, I received word that Gaius will be here soon. I wish to see Ali. Would you send for her? Ali? You even recognize me? At first we thought the weapon's influence had caused this, but it seems there is more to it than that. The Chirurgeons say that this is most likely the result of intense trauma. Her mind has been scarred. Perhaps irrevocably. I'm gonna stop reading again. This is good. For all my life, I've been searching for my place in the world. What on earth was that sound? Everywhere I went, I was always on the outside, looking in. I realized if we can't find one, we just have to make it ourselves. That's what I learned from guys as children. Despite everything, they never gave up, and neither will I. For now, at least, my place is at Gaius' side. I'll follow him and see where the journey ends. And before I leave, I want to tell you how grateful I am that you chose to stand by us until the end. I hope we'll meet again one day. All this time, I'd been trying to convince myself that Gaius was the villain I'd imagined him to be. The ruthless subjugator of nations. Evil made flesh. And while many who fight under the banner of Garlemald are all of that and more, I realize now that Gaius was driven by his own notions of right and wrong, misguided as they were. Since then he has turned his back on the Empire and its hateful doctrine. His guilt and anguish only strengthened his resolve. The day I spared his life, he was given a second chance to set right the wrongs he'd committed, to become the man his children believed him to be. I was a father once, a husband. In many ways I still am. And even though they're no longer with me, I want to be someone they would be proud of. Now I too have been given a chance to make a difference in a land far from home. I'll never forget my past, but neither will I be beholden to it. When I meet the people of Werlet, I'll be sure to tell the tale of your bravery and compassion. May it grant them the strength to face the struggles ahead. Pray, go in peace, my friend. Though we were brought together under strange circumstances, Valdlin, Severa, and I will continue to work together at least for the foreseeable future. Oh, okay. Here they are. And who might these charming young men be? They were found in the 7th Legion's headquarters in one of the few areas that escaped unscathed following the Diamond Weapons rampage. Perhaps that was Alphonse's intention. Do not be afraid. We mean you no harm. That thing on your forehead. My name is Gaius Belsar, and like Valenzen Varu, I was once a legatus of the Garlean Empire. Though I believed I was fighting for a just cause, my conquests came at a terrible cost. Pray forgive me. I do not mean to scare you. If you would lend me your ears, I have a story to tell. A group of courageous young men and women not so different from yourselves stood up to protect their people from the tyranny of the Empire. They fought with everything they had, and finally victory was theirs. But it came at a terrible price. As their father, I still struggle to come to terms with their sacrifice, and yet they have entrusted the future to me, and I will stop at nothing to see their dream fulfilled. Even so, there is only so much one old soldier can achieve by himself. I would be honored to have your support in the days to come. At ease, lads, he's not as scary as he looks. And if he steps out of line, he'll have me to answer for. Though they were fortunate enough to escape the destruction of the castrum, they may have been injured while fleeing. Have the Kyrugians look them over and find a place for them to stay. Synchronized nodding. Seems the time has come for us to go our separate ways once more. I myself can scarcely believe that we were once bitter adversaries. But my encounters with you have led me to question the very ideals I swore to uphold. What is strength? What is weakness? If those who grasp the reins of power are said to be the strong, then those who lack such power must therefore be the weak. For better or worse, however, we are much more complex creatures than that. I see now that true strength isn't granted by others but resides within us. Strength of character, spirit, resolve. Therein lies the power to cast off the shackles of oppression, to overcome any adversity, to stand firm in the face of impossible odds. That is the strength you possess. May it never leave you. You can tell because of the pretty flowers in my hair. It seems I will have to summon all the resolve I can muster if I am to keep my promise to Alphonse. The process of establishing the independent governance of Orlet is underway, and I will do all in my power to see it become everything my children dreamed of and more. For the immediate future, we shall continue to work closely with the Alamegan resistance, whose role in the revolution cannot be understated. That reminds me, if you're passing by Porta Pretoria, the soldiers stationed there wish to hear your versions of events. Please give them my regards. I hope that when our paths cross again, I will have glad tidings to share with you. Until next we meet. Not gonna lie, guys, I was really scared when the kids walked up. Show mercy. voice gave it away. I don't know what you're talking about. I have been fully emotionally armored this entire time and have not succumbed whatsoever to any of the emotions that the writers of this stupid game were so blatantly trying to evoke. Welcome back, Robin. Congratulations on another hard-earned victory. Ever since we first heard the news, I've been dying to hear exactly how it all unfolded. So what can you tell me of the diamond weapon? Man, just come along next time. By Ralger's beard, even for the Empire, that must be a new low. Those poor orphans. I can only pray that the citizens of Werlet are able to enjoy the freedom that Gaius' wards gave their lives for. At the very least, we need no longer live in fear of the monstrous creations birthed by the Weapon Project. I shall add your account to our official report. Finally, on behalf of the Alamegan Resistance and the whole of Eorzea, allow me to express my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you. Alright, that's kind of cool. This questline is the only time I even came close to crying. Oh yeah, me too. It was a near thing. Why are we back here again? Allie is okay. I was thinking about saying that if she was going to be okay, then we could have done without the whole, you know, tear yanking about her being shattered, but it was a very pretty way of having her brothers bring her back. The story is sad. The story is very sad. The story is extremely sad. These children are always sad. And war is always sad. And dying to help your people is sad. And they put it all in one thing! It was a good story. It's only a side story. It has to be a side story. In fact, you shouldn't even be able to access this story without doing like a month of dailies or something to really prove you want it. Each of which ends with like a warning. It should it should be miserably difficult to access. That should be a trigger warning. I don't know. Maybe. But then that would be a spoiler, right? Like, the only way that you could trigger warning in a way that would be effective would be like, the story involves children who are abused and an abuser and children dying. And if you say that, then obviously you're ruining the story. I don't think it should have a trigger warning. I think that it's okay to tell very, very sad stories and to evoke very, very sad emotions as you empathize with the extraordinarily well-written characters. I think that's okay. You want to kill Gaius? No. Not today. Gaius is good now. Gaius did terrible things, and he was part and complicit in a terrible system. But he is suffering for it now, more than anyone should have to suffer. And he's overcoming that suffering to work toward rectifying his errors and making the world a better place. Which is more than I would be doing in this situation. Really can't ask for anything more. Killing him would not make the world a better place. In fact, it would make it a worse place. It would also be unbelievably damaging to Allie. But if he had stayed dead at the end of ARR, my life right now would be significantly better. That's not true. I mean, I'm sad, and I was very sad, but I don't feel like this has made my life worse. It was a good story. It is a rich story. It's artful, in fact, to be able to evoke emotions so well. And these are, I mean, and I'll say this again because it's important. These, while set in a video game, these are real stories. Maybe not all at once with the tyrannical oppression and the children fighting revolution and the child abuse, but individually they are real stories. And they're horrendously sad in real life. Your tears were delicious. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for the therapy. I'm not sure that any of us were feeling therapeutic during that. Yesterday was worse because of the stuff that I don't want to talk about or think about too hard. Today, at least, all of that stuff was over, and it was just children dying and loss. Isn't it great that all that happened today was dead kids and losing your family? Thank goodness. I mean, I'm sure different parts of the story hit different people in different ways, depending on your own experiences. Yesterday was way worse for me. We saved Gabu, we did save Gabu, and we saved Ellie as well. Yeah, Shatane, that's a really good point. Like, today you knew what was happening as it happened, and yesterday I got blindsided. But if we think about yesterday, then I'm going to go into a unresponsive state and then turn off stream. So let's move on. Yeah? Okay. We finished this quest line. It was excellent. It's a really bizarre... It's a really bizarre juxtaposition in my head. The unbelievably sad story right next to and paired up with really fun, cinematic, shiny fights. I don't know, I feel very... The cognitive dissonance is real. I don't know. Unlock extremes. It's not a big deal. I'll do it later. Yeah, the music was really good. The fights were really good. The story was really good, but my memories are going to be split about this entire storyline because there'll be the fights that I'll remember as one series of cool things, and then there's the actual story itself, which I'll remember as completely different. Black Wolf Strikes Again is an amazing song. Whole thing is Gundam inspired. I really don't know what Gundam is. Is that what Jar Jar Binks was? A Gundam? Thank you. Thank you. Even if you guys are faking, it does make me feel better. How was the weapon story? The weapon story was extraordinarily good. The Final Fantasy storytellers are extraordinarily good. The animation, the text, the plot, the music is all very, very well done. You see Preach's reaction? At the end of the MSQ, we're going to have a whole reaction. Just make a list of things. If you guys want me to watch Preach's reaction to this, put it on the list. But I'm not going to watch any reactions until I'm all done. You'll find other people pass this pain in a heightened state. Maybe. Oh, watch the link that was sent to you? Alright, we'll do that and then we'll relax a little bit longer with other stuff. You guys want to watch with me? It's starting at 1807. Is that what it's supposed to start at? That's a lot of chat boxes. Am I watching here? $17.30. Is it really called Sorrow of Wurlet? They're chickens? Guys in a chicken suit is too good. Alright, that's pretty funny. Being a dad, I've been there. I've not actually worn a chicken suit, but I've done plenty of Easter egg hunts with my daughters. That's very good. Wear a chicken suit. Would you wear a chicken suit if your daughters asked you to? I don't know. Depends on how much they wanted it, and if I had a chicken suit. Which I do not. Nidwalker today? It depends on how much is left. Nobody said what the questline is called Sorrows of Orlet. No, this whole time you've been it said weapons in the MSQ command this entire time. Which I only just now realized was misdirection. You guys are tricky. Tricky bastards, actually. I'm not sure that would have been too much of a warning. Let's oh. Weapon is more American than sorrow? Yeah, because weapons and sorrow have nothing to do with each other. Because weapons don't cause Americans any sorrow. Alright. What's Alice got to say? Good news, Robin. Bancred and Urianger have finished their tour of Garlemald and are on their way back here even as we speak. We still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance. I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say. Just arm the teachers. Yeah. If everybody had guns, the bad guys would get shot first. We're all sharpshooters here. We never miss. You can tell by the way that when the police respond to a shooting, they immediately and promptly rectify the situation with their firearms. Except when they don't. A welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. I've never seen a better argument against the idea of arming teachers, by the way, than the armed and trained police not doing anything. Sorry, I fell out of character for a moment and I apologize. It won't happen again. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alice, Graha, and Robin. But I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we're proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will have also heard, it hasn't all been tales of triumph. Just as we were taking a step toward finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back, though I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? I couldn't lose him if I tried, and I did try repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to apprise Raban and the others about the lay and lies of Garland. I have not heard Preach's Tatar, and I will after I'm finished with MSQ. But Preach is a very smart, an interesting person with opinions and takes about what he watches, right? So I'm afraid of watching any reactions to Preach, of watching any Preach stuff until I'm done with the MSQ, because I want to approach it from my own point of view with a blank slate, nothing from anyone other than me interfacing directly with the writers. I don't want any of it prejudged or colored by other people's takes until afterwards. At that point, when I've got my takes and he's got his, we can sit down and, talk about it. And see what I'm saying is nutty? That's the opposite of what I was saying. I used to always watch Preach and stream in the morning before I would stream or work. Like, always. Every day I would sit down and watch Preach and stream. But the last time that I went into his stream, a couple of weeks ago now, several weeks ago now, he was like, "Get the hell out of here, Jesse. We got spoilers in here. You're not allowed anymore." And I haven't watched his stream ever since. Those were his exact words, too. But we'll talk soon. Mayhap you would do the same for us. Indeed, it was just as Lee said, worse in fact. Devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and the Third, however, were notable by their absence. Oh, that sub reminds me, I've probably missed anyone that subbed in the past couple of hours is probably like, streamer, where is your appreciation for my appreciation? You probably aren't. I'm teasing. Let's see. So I said thank you to Fan Daniel for the 5 gifted subs. Girth Monster, thank you so much for the 24 months. Congratulations on your 2 years hanging out with me. What a privilege for the both of us. 2 years listening to the most soothing voice on Twitch. Keep up the big work, Girth Monster. I really appreciate the support. I'm very grateful for it. Cat C, Biggest Boss, Nakutora XIV. Thank you all very much for the subs. I appreciate it. Demon Lord, Lucky Star. I appreciate the support. Thank you for the subs. Lobster Motel with 5 gifted subs. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. I'm gratified that you're enjoying the stream and grateful that you want to support it. Fatui, thank you for the gifted sub. 3, 4 gifted subs. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much. And then Dual Jocker, thank you very much for the subs. I appreciate it, my friends. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. And we're getting new sub badges soon with some kind of Robin-y art. It'll be very fun and very awesome to see. I'm gonna be... I have never been attached to an RPG character like I am to Robin. And I'm gonna be doing a little bit of reworking the stream around Robin. We're gonna have some Robin emotes, we're gonna have some Robin badges. Eventually we may have some Robin background screens and some Robin avatars and things like that. Robin is my character now. I think that you guys will enjoy it. Claimed another RPer. Yep. From World First Jailer to straight up Final Fantasy RPer. I was online this morning for a little while. I refused to acknowledge how long because I'll get in trouble. I actually got caught by Presea. I was online like at 1 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. And Presea caught me and was like, "What the hell are you doing awake? Go to bed." And, but I was working on Robin's transmog. I actually made a glamour plate. Can you imagine? I made a glamour plate in Final Fantasy. Oh my god. 1 year ago, Jesse wouldn't even recognize me. Who is this person? What did you do to my future? I started trying to do an adventure plate, but I quit because I need help with it. You guys have to help me make the adventure plate. I don't know how to do something with it. No, glamour. I did a thing at the dresser where you make a full transmog set, and I bought a couple of pieces of gear and sorted my dresser thingy and looked at all this stuff. And then Persea walks up to me in game and is like, hello? What are you doing? Oh no, I got caught. Maybe they met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandaniel. Perhaps. Or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it's grown busier still with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather, transform it. Guys, I think I'm going to change my title stream. I'm actually going to do a clickbait title. Hope you guys are proud of me. But mostly it's to advertise to you guys my intentions for the next several hours. Transform it into what? How do you like my clickbait? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of his design were clearly devised with the manipulation of ether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Yet as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction. No one barking orders. Persea seems to be assessing stalking. I'm sure that's a meme, but just in case, no, it was a chance encounter. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. It's actually, yeah, I know you guys are joking, and it's good, because it's actually amazing, and I love that about this game. That, you know, you see people you know. It feels more MMO-y than another game that I've played. I never would have passed Jesse as like, who cares about cross-realm servers? But now, here I am. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Looking forward to visit when DC Travel opens. That'll be awesome. But I admit, it's really cool to see people that I've done trials with and dungeons with out in the world. I like it. Be sure to save some for Urianger, which reminds me I have a message from Alamigo. Raban is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the tower, and he requested our presence. Why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and be looking into another matter, as I promised Kyle. We need not all attend. Nod. Very well. I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we'll have to speak with Urianger before the meeting. Alright. Need to find out what's going on. To the Alamigan quarter. Speak with Urianger. Oh no. He's far away in the Alamigan quarter. I think I'm supposed to go this way? No, flying in this place is terrible. And then this way? How are you feeling today? We finished Warlit today. It was an excellently told story, to which I had barely any emotional reaction because I am a stoic, emotionally stable man. But it was cool, you know, I guess. My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. As are we to see you safely returned from your mission, Urianger. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Nods. Well, well, if it isn't Alphino and his merry band. Hey. Ehrenwald, what are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. Who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you'd have grown a bit taller after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Alezen are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great Aurochs such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye. Yep. Reinforce the fact that you're still a child. No, that's a winning argument. Yes, it wasn't until I was 20 years old that I outgrew my boyish proportions, although Moonbreeda towered over me, nonetheless. Ehrenfeld brings out the best in Alphino, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing. Ehrenfeld, Alphino, and I went adventuring. Way back when. Of course. He's comfortable in our company. What exactly brings you here? Oh, for Dola, mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards. Alright? Yoshi P doesn't understand the concept of aging. Yeah, it's not fair. How do you rate the current stuff you're progressing? You mean DSR? I haven't defeated DSR, but I'm confident that when it's over, I will consider it probably the greatest PvE encounter I've ever played. If Fordola is going with him, that must mean... I'm gonna kill it, guys. We're gonna come back, MDI will be over, and I'm gonna kill it. My apologies. As Ehrenwald rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. Hasn't seen phase 37. I feel fairly certain that, you know, there's only 2 phases left, probably. That would mirror Act 1. You guys are
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Hog.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
They made it too good, the next one will be less. I mean, it's probably true that the next one won't be as good, but that's no reason. Like, I disagree that they made it too good. It's better to have achieved something extraordinary and then fail to live up to that standard than to never have achieved extraordinary in the first place. You know? Also, I can't speak to it. I don't know how it is compared to T and the other ones, but with DSR, they achieved something extraordinary. The elegance and beauty of some of those mechanics is very, very good and ties in so wonderfully with the story they're telling. It's very, very artistic. It's amazing. And if the next one is just, you know, a normal ultimate, I'll still really love it. I loved the jailer fight. You know, I thought it was extremely difficult and very fun and challenging and entertaining to do. I like hard PvE content. But, you know, achieving something great once is good, even if it feels disappointing when you don't do it again.
Theatrix. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoid's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
And what have we learned?
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Are you saying they were tempered?
And they mind control them, we mind control them back. Gotta be really confusing to be these poor guys.
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
Robin with his flowers and his pink cloak.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread. With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first.
Man, that's a good plan, though.
Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
You want to go to Garlemald? Of course I do. The people of Garlemald are likely by and large innocent, but we know that the government of Garlemald was established by a psychopathic, genocidal maniac, and we know that much of that structure has remained in place sufficient to both nurture and support psychopathic, sadistic maniacs. So I want, unironically, regime change. And with the capital in chaos, there is no better time than now.
What?
Man, she still looks so angry.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
True. Echo is useful.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
She is mad. I mean, I know she's angry. She's had a really, really hard life, and she's an angry person. Some people have resting bitch face.
Going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
I think that's resting, I'm barely holding myself from killing you right now, face.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
This music, still love it. Yeah, I don't think I've done I haven't done any of the 80 capstone job quests, which I'm given to understand there are. I haven't done Dragoon, I haven't done Summoner. I feel like maybe I should do those. Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Oh? Are you resigning?
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm. But this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
Necessary procedures, he said. Does he just mean preparation for this mission?
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan.
I think he means preparing for dying on this mission. I think that's what he means.
With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Whoa, of course you do.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
Hoser. Called her out.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
Alfie hesitated because he knew how ridiculously small his hand would look in comparison and didn't want to.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Paglthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Yeah?
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
I'd love to watch Alfie scream and jump in the water again and doggy paddle all the way to shore. Maybe he's been practicing since then.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming.
Man, this guy's so humble.
I realise
I
I
like
can't
that.
hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light or Alfino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
Stop being humble. He's done really good work. But he's also realistic, right? Realistic appraisal and self-knowledge is good. Humility is always good, as long as it's not excessive or for the purpose of being praised.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru! I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian. And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut. But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
We found him, and then we lost him. Go and get him. There's a good boy.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
It's way too enthusiastic. She's very cheerful. I think that's good.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
You like her? I've always liked Tataru. She's just one of the easiest ways to bait chat.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.